Today we're here to talk about hearing.
What?
AKA sound.
What?
AKA
Can you hear me now?
sound is made from vibrating air particles. Sound is everywhere, but you can't actually see it.
It's everywhere.
A sound source produces vibrations in the air, including me talking. They create these
Waves.
of pressure, and those
Waves.
end up in your ear holes. This flap of cartilage and skin actually helps that process by collecting sound that's most common to speech and funneling it in there.
What?
It ends up at a thin piece of skin called the tympanic membrane, or eardrum. On the way to the eardrum, that sound might encounter earwax. Ew. It's basically made of sweat and oil.
It's a little bit gross.
On the other side of the drum are the three smallest bones in the human body, the ossicles. They receive vibrations from the eardrum and act like a lever. Or is it lever? I always get those two confused. The lever, is in the middle ear space, which is filled with air. That space houses the eustachian tube. That goes into your throat. It's the thing that
Pops.
with pressure changes. Those three bones are attached to a fluid-filled inner ear at a window. Hello. The mechanical lever, amplify the signal generated in the air so that it can travel through the fluid of the inner ear. The fluid travels in waves up the spiral shape of the cochlea, which looks like a snail shell. I'll have your finest cochlea, please.
Meow.
Ah! Along the way, the waves bend tiny hair cells that connect to the hearing nerve, and that nerve eventually ends up in your brain.
Yeah.
The hair cells are not like the ones on your head. They're organized in that cochlea to specifically code for each pitch that we can hear, from a low pitch
There's all kinds of music.
to high-pitched sounds. Humans can hear as low as 20 hertz, up to as high as 20,000 hertz. For comparison, dogs hear all the way up to 45,000 hertz. Those bending hair cells signal the hearing nerve as to the property of the sound you just heard. It's the brain that actually makes sense of what you hear. Your ear just hears it.
What?
For example, a dog barking versus a human speaking. Hearing tends to get worse with time or from things like exposure to loud sounds. I actually fell there. One of the most common ways our hearing is tested is by listening to a series of tones and responding if you hear them or not. Yes. Yes. Those series of tones range from low pitch to high pitch. We humans typically tend to have more trouble with the high pitch as we age. Really? I think all the dogs in the world heard that. That whole complicated inner ear system is the size of a thumbnail.